How's it going, everyone? It's Liam Catterson here. It's Daredevil Born Again, episode number 4 of this season, which has been really, really great so far. And I definitely felt like that last episode was, I don't know, probably the strongest we've had out of the three. I know it's not really saying much, but it kind of felt like, I mean, I guess there have been essences throughout these past 3 episodes where it has felt like the Daredevil of old, but especially with the courtroom scenario, especially in regards to the trial for Hector, it was something that we spent the majority of the time with that last episode delving into as we tried to prove Hector's innocence, and we did win. But at the same time, we lost because an officer, most likely Powell, shot Hector as he donned the White Tiger costume once again. And yeah, so obviously brandishing the Punisher logo. We know that it's not Frank. And we know that Frank is going to absolutely tear shit apart once he finds out that someone is parading his logo around. So I'm assuming that's what we're gonna have with this episode, Matt, assuming that it was Frank or something along those lines. Frank catches wind. He's like, oh hell no, I'm gonna, fuck up whoever is parading around with my logo. So yeah, but yeah, I'm excited to see where things are gonna go with this episode. So that said, it's episode 4 of Daredevil Born Again. Let's go. I also forgot to mention, I know that I believe episode 5 and 6 next week are 2-parters. Don't know what I'm doing there, in terms of if I'm going to be recording them separately or if they're going to be a back-to-back situation, because I think they're shorter run times, so we'll see.
No kill shot at extreme close range and no one found the casing.
Hey, it's not on the body, it's not my problem.
Jeez. Say that with a bit more empathy, right?
How did you get in here?
I want to see my uncle, Hector, think about it, and no one's ever going to do anything about it. Because he was just Hector from the Heights, and they're the fucking cops.
This is really pushing him closer, isn't it, in terms of donning the devil again? No one's doing any... Who's going to do something about this shit?
It's not...
I know. It's okay.
I mean, surely Matt's gonna... Oh, is this Muse? Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Muse!
I know you're gonna say union contracts, but no. We're gonna start with the ports. Dual jurisdiction. It's genius.
Milking all of this in.
Can we at least get some food? Absolutely.
No.
Yeah, okay, come on. We're going.
So she's really getting him kind of hammered and spilling secrets from him. Love it.
His hands drew
Oh, God.
beautiful sketches. I mean, just...
Can we not?
It was like finding a clay at a garage sale. It was... I had the opportunity.
Why not? Did something happen?
Maybe. His fist said something.
Yes. We had a dialogue.
We had a dialogue. That's code for I beat the shit out of him.
Find one.
Or preserve one? I want you to think about it.
I mean, Fisk
Really think about it
seems
before I see you again. Without forgiveness, and I
very
say this to both
convinced
of
he
you,
wants to
there
preserve
can be no
things.
real
Can't
healing.
imagine a life without Vanessa.
Forgiveness.
How sweet of you.
She's touched
My
by your
husband is
concern,
capable
but
of many, many things. Some of them extreme.
not
Harming
this.
me is not one of them.
Yeah, I mean, there is concerns that he might be, like, completely different from the person he used to be. You know, with him being a mayor and all of that, but not that.
Several boxes of the Carl McCormick were covered outside of the store.
I paid for that shit last week.
Unfortunately, it
Last-
doesn't really work like that.
No,
For every
no.
time you pay for it, you buy it that day.
Then they all lied on me then.
Aside, we're here because they arrested you.
Yeah.
Could it have been a scroll?
A scroll.
Nope. And the big problem is your rap sheet.
How come you guys
Max completely like, no,
What I did
we're
back
not doing
then got
this.
Nothing to then do your job and get me some probation.
Oy.
Yeah, let me see what I can do.
See?
Oh my
See,
god.
that's funny. Cause you can't see shit.
Heard that one before.
On which he does 15 minus today. You're really saying from a philosophical point of view 2 weeks as opposed to probation?
Only you, Murdoch.
Just 2
Arguing
weeks.
philosophy in criminal court arraignment.
You started it. Isn't it worth pointing out that
I like
the name of
these
the crime
two.
we're dealing with here is petty larceny, from the French petit, meaning...
All right. One time only, last and final offer. Mr. Bradford can have 10 days.
10 days.
Thank you. See, I knew the gift of redemption.
Oh, I don't. But I do hope he appreciates you.
Association's gonna take lightly after my meeting. Not to mention some of my more excitable colleagues on the force.
Do you want another punch again?
You'd have to bring a few more than the last time we met, wouldn't you?
I'll be seeing you, Catterson.
He's a dickhead to him and I love it. Last episode, now this.
It's a press conference. I want to get this message out immediately.
Really
With all
determined
due
to
respect,
transform Red
you
Oak.
can't just decide something and then speak it into existence.
And why is that, Sheila?
This is city government. There are processes.
Yes, processes.
And then there's his side of things.
I don't have much saying that my plan is improbable, but not impossible.
Exactly.
You're giving me
No
problems.
such thing.
I want solutions. Where do we start?
Dre,
Suppose we would.
Like that shit and it tastes good. And for that, they're willing to spend 5 times more to lock me up than they're willing to spend to feed me. And you come in here and tell me that that's a gift? That I should
it's
thank
kind of
you?
heartbreaking, isn't it? They're not looking out for people like me. It's a broken world, isn't it? It's just painful, isn't it? Oh god. This might be painful. Rock and roll.
You, Mr. Mayor. Now for our next one.
No. And again, you were wonderful.
Oh god, he's not here for
As
this.
they say, the city never sleeps.
Gentlemen, honored guests, I present to you the Mayor of New York City, Wilson Fisk.
Oh no! No! He's close! He's close!
Mayor garbage! Is that it? Is that your best? You are all here.
In the spirit of total honesty, there was some ketamine.
You should probably
I
stop.
was drunk and stupid, and I didn't mean to do it, but I did do it, and
Oh,
I know that's
God.
unforgivable.
Oh,
And I'm not
God.
even asking for forgiveness.
It's gonna keep going
Because
and
I
going.
can't even. So you're right to fire me, or punish me, or do whatever you're gonna do.
You might actually embrace
And I
this
just
honesty from
I want
him.
to say that I'm eternally loyal, and forever grateful for the opportunity, and I'll spend the rest of my life regretting how badly I screwed it up.
Someone who's less of a kiss ass, it would probably
I believe in
end
you.
badly. But for him, I
You'll
feel
have my
like
vote forever, and whatever happens to
keep
me.
it.
That said, if you ever do anything like that again, it will be the last thing that you ever do.
there's
Do
this
you understand?
coming into to fruition there.
Yes, sir.
Don't, Matt. That's where Pennywise might be. There we go. Nice area for a hallway fight, just saying. Is this who I feel? Oh. Is this?
I know you're in.
It's red!
Oh, I apologize. I didn't realize you were a victim in all this.
Oh shit, oh my god.
I ain't used that pussy ass word my entire life. You don't put it in my mouth. You understand that?
So you tell me what's going on, buddy. What are you doing down here? Day after day, just hiding out.
I ain't hiding from. See, I think you want my permission.
Ooh. Oh shit.
You want to get your hands on somebody, huh? You want to hurt them? Maybe a little bit scared. A little scared about what that means.
Embracing the devil again.
It's an interesting take. I like it. But yeah, no. Sorry, buddy. Way off on that one.
Is he?
Shit, counselor. So full of shit. They're guilty.
Excuse me?
Ah, for Christ's sake, say his name. Say his name, you coward. Say his name. It's not about
He's pushing him. That's
You hate
it,
yourself.
though.
He's eating you up because you ain't done a goddamn thing about it.
Oh no!
God damn it. God damn it.
Hear his voice.
Oh, Matt.
Every time I start moving, I still hear my little boy. I see him.
Oh my god, Frank.
And I hear his voice. You know he gets to breathe the same air that you breathe. You feel good about that? He got life! How about old Foggy?
Oh.
He got life.
Oh no. That hurts.
He was the kindest, purest soul I ever met. And guys like you and me, we could work a lifetime and never measure up to his decency.
The best of us, wasn't he?
When I was a boy,
Ah! He said the thing!
by watching my father
When I was a boy.
shake a man's hand, that may not be possible.
People change.
Like this.
I'm not the same woman I was when you left.
No, you aren't, are you? You are something even more extraordinary.
Obviously not the same person, being mayor and all.
Nobody seems to care.
I know, I'm sorry about that, Matt.
Another client.
It's really
sitting
pushing
tiny
Matt,
records for
isn't
stealing
it?
A bag of caramel corn.
Sounds a bit excessive.
You ever feel like you're pushing a rock up a hill?
Trying to do the right
And there's
thing.
a bunch of people on the other side pushing it back.
What a shot. That red beat. It's just like... Oh man, all these little... It's like for both Fisk and Matt, there is a certain element of temptation calling. Rabbit in the snowstorm.
I wonder, would you agree with that, Adam?
Oh, there he is! So he's kept him in captivity. Jesus Christ! Jesus, is he extracting blood? What the fuck? I would say Heather's available if you want to talk about it. I don't think so, though. Because I don't want to put Heather in kind of harm's way, because, yeah, but... I mean, you just saw, towards the end as well, like, how... Yeah. With... That's it, though. I feel like there is a part of me that is thinking, of the fact that Matt's already expressed his concerns about how, with the system being broken and all that jazz, it is like a trying battle, isn't it? It's so easy to fall, like, especially after that amazing talk. They just bicker like an old married couple, don't they, Frank and Matt? But after that talk with Matt and Frank, it is kind of like he needed that validation, really, from someone who warned him about him being one bad day away, right? And it was just very, very interesting to see that ending, but you just also worry that what if something does happen to Heather, and that's gonna be the that's gonna be the straw that breaks the camel's back. So, but we're already seeing both Matt and Fisk kind of embracing their roles again, and it's just great. So, and we got our first sight of Muse as well. So, very creepy, but yeah, and we got to see Adam. No, you know what's the straw that breaks the camel's back for Fisk? Because I've already speculated what it will be for Matt. I don't know. It might be a bit too early to say when it comes to. I don't know. Heather could be in danger. It doesn't necessarily have to die, but it will potentially be a way to set up Muse versus Daredevil. But yeah, the straw that broke the camel's back for Fisk is definitely "We Built This City." Hearing that a second time, so, he was so done with the first one. Oh, we can do it, Uncle. No. And then he goes back to his office, and then he has to hear what was it, the Latvia version of "We Built This City," and yeah. So no, in all seriousness, though, I'm not really minding this slow burn. I know there are going to be people who are going to be a bit upset about, well, we've only really seen a minimal amount of Daredevil fighting and all of that, and we haven't really seen too much of a lot of things and all of that, and I don't mind it because of what we are seeing, this temptation, this struggle. They are going a different. I mean, it's so easy to be like, "Hey, here's Matt. He can fight," and all of that. But I do like the idea. After 7 years, we are we had a moment where Matt was donning the costume, and it came at a tragedy. I'm still hurting, of course, with Foggy's death, but I mean, this thing has really, really rocked him, and I am liking how they're taking their time for both. For both Matt and Fisk, because with Fisk and his mayor duties, of course, there is the mundane shit that he has to go through, as well as We Built This City. But at the same time, he is fighting the Fisk of old, especially when Vanessa's basically she's basically spelling it out, saying that she misses her old husband. So yeah. And there is a very, very, I mean, you had that, ending, what was it, Rabbit in the Snowstorm, that he walked past, and, yeah, it was, really, really, telling that he is, with Matt coming to check on his supplies and all of that, and then, embracing that once again, it was really telling that he's also fighting that, uphill battle that Matt was talking about, really. Only with Matt, I think it's a lot more poignant, really, because it's not just the hero work in general, as well as his discussion with Frank, but also you just think about the person who Leroy. You just think about how the system is broken and all of that, and how he's just been screwed around, and it becomes really, really sad, really. So yeah, and it's not just that though, but Hector as well, on how there is little care going on about what's happened to him. It kind of feels, and I do feel like what they kind of did with Hector, and how minimal it was is kind of telling. How no one in the Justice Department but Matt gives a shit, and that's it. Though there are people who are just being abandoned, and Matt can only do so much. So I do, yeah. It's kind of weird to say, but I do kind of like how they showcased a minimal amount of scenes when it came to Matt trying to uncover what went down when it came to Hector, because No one else has touched up upon it. I mean, you had the morgue and you had Angela, but that was it. No, we just moved on, really, and that really just shows how messed up things can be. So yeah, but yeah, it was really, really great stuff. I mean, you're seeing how these characters are struggling. I mean, even the whole bit when Fisk was pissed off about the leak and all of that, and Daniel came up in front and all of that about how it was him. There is a sense of that appreciation that Fisk can have, that someone can be very honest about what they are. Even if they've forked up massively, there is a sense of an appreciation. Again, as I mentioned in the episode, a lot of people would, especially with Fisk's nature and all of that, and you've got to think as well, there is that acknowledgement that Fisk has had a bit of a shady past, so there's more incentive to keep these leaks in. But Daniel's, a bit of a kiss ass, so yeah, but there is a sense of an appreciation, although he did of course warn any more shit will not go down well. So yeah, but yeah, it was there is a sense of worry, isn't there, that is he gonna snap here? But yeah, and as funny as it is, because I think it is memed and all of that, Fisk is fighting. There is that moment where he said, "When I was a boy," and there are just those small instances of who he was and all of that, that are trying to reach the surface. So, and at the same time, I feel like there might be just see, when it comes to Vanessa, I just feel like there is going to be something that is going to be I don't know, it might seem a bit silly, but I'm already speculating something's going to happen to Heather in terms of really bringing Matt full. I mean, we're seeing him, practicing and all of that, but until he dons the costume again, yeah, until he puts he puts on his other self, his other costume. He's got his Matt Murdock, and then he's got his Daredevil. That's when we'll know that Daredevil's fully back. And that's why I think something bad's going to happen to Vanessa and Heather, maybe. So especially since we are pairing Heather and the Fisks together and all of that, but I do feel like something could happen to Heather to bring Daredevil fully out, and it would really, really big up Muse. I mean, Muse is already showing how unsettling he is, and vice versa when it comes to what might happen to Vanessa. And I think something might work, something worse could happen to Vanessa potentially, as in she dies, because he even said, Fisk, there is that worry that he could, what would he become without Vanessa? He even said, I can't imagine being without you. And is that kind of foreshadowing? Maybe, who knows? But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I think what this show is doing really, really well is I know it might be a long build and all of that. We've had 4 episodes. We're at the halfway mark. Bearing in mind we've got a season 2 of Born Again on the horizon. So yeah, but I do like how they are taking that. We're not rushing this in terms of especially when it comes to Matt with the last episode about him trying to do things by the book. He's trying to let the law prevail rather than Matt putting on the Daredevil costume and beating the shit out of Powell, although that would be great. He tried his luck again, and yeah, but we saw at the end of episode 2 and how hurt Matt was by. I mean, he even said, "Don't do this, don't do this," and then he went absolutely ballistic against, Powell, and yeah. And then episode 3, it's like he's trying to put that on the back burner. And then episode 4, we're just seeing everything just fall apart with Leroy, with Hector's death, and no one's batting an eye. It's like there is this struggle, there is this constant struggle, and it's pacing it really, really well, in my opinion, because Matt is trying to let the law prevail, basically. But what happens if it fails the people? And Matt is sensing this, but he is just he's pushing that boulder up and up, and more people on the other side are pushing back, and it is getting more and more disheartening. So, yeah. And that's why I'm saying, obviously, it's going to be a bit more poignant, and not just as well because Matt is trying to do the right thing, where it's Fisk. There is the right thing he is trying to do, but that's a facade. With Fisk, there is that kind of voice in the back of his mind wanting him to go back to be the ruthless crime boss that he was. So, and further that boulder, he's gonna be slipping when it comes to him pushing that boulder. So, both characters are fighting this struggle to roll that boulder up that hill, and it's just it is just good to see. So, yeah. I also like the idea that Adam is also kind of like a metaphor for Matt in a sense. It's weird. But he is caged, isn't he? And he's like, he's like pleading to be free. And that is a metaphor in itself when it comes to Matt and his other side, his Daredevil side. It's screaming to be let out, especially when you got to consider his little meeting with Frank and the validation that he needed in terms of Frank was trying to push him to if there's going to be one enabler to, because deep down in his mind with Matt, he knows it's the right thing to do, and he just needs a green light from someone, and Frank is probably the person that can recognize what Matt is doing is the right thing to do without any kind of because there is going to be regret when it comes to Foggy about giving up that life and how Foggy really, really wanted it, and then obviously things ended up badly for Foggy, and he needs someone who doesn't have any kind of restraint really when it comes to any kind of moral implications in terms of, hey, look, you did good as Daredevil, right? So you gotta let that devil back in, so, but again, with that voice in the back of Matt's mind, it's Adam, so yeah, but now we know where Adam is basically, so yeah. But I did love the return of Frank. I mean, obviously he was gonna show up. And I had a feeling that we know that the officer shot Hector wearing the and it seems like Frank is aware that they are brandishing his logo. So it was really, really great to see them. It was kind of like old times and old married couple between the pair. It was just really, really amazing to see, and I just loved it. So, and I'm excited to see Frank in action again, because it will, again, with Matt donning the costume, it will be a matter of time. So, yeah, but it was really, really powerful to see Frank being able to tell how Matt is feeling that guilt and how he's having that struggle when it comes to Foggy, how it's just consuming him. So, yeah, and that's it though with Matt. He just wants to do the right thing, but it does feel a bit wrong as well. So, especially when you got to consider, Frank's side of things as well in terms of how, he deals with his way of being a vigilante. So, yeah, but yeah, it was just really, really great stuff. So yeah. But I just really found this episode to be great, and I think because as I said in the beginning, I know episode 5 and 6 are a two-parter. I don't know if I'll be watching that in one go because they are shorter episodes, I believe. But they're both released on the same day. I don't know if I'm going to be watching them back to back or if they're going to be separate videos, but I believe that is those two episodes are going to push things to full gear when it comes to Matt embracing his role, maybe as the devil again, and yeah, so maybe it'll push things for Fisk. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, it was just really, really great stuff, this episode. Loved it. So I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodles!